For the first time in its three-decade history, the Anno series is taking players back to antiquity. While previous entries explored the Renaissance, colonial era, and even the future, Anno 117 plants you firmly a pivotal moment when the Roman Empire reached its greatest territorial extent under Emperor Trajan before transitioning to Hadrian's reign. I've gathered all the details from recent preview sessions, and today's gameplay reveal to give you a comprehensive look at what might be 2025's most anticipated strategy game. The fundamentals of Anno remain intact. You'll still be constructing buildings, managing supply chains, and expanding your influence, but the setting completely transforms the experience. As a newly appointed governor, you'll choose between starting in Latium, the heart of the Roman Empire in modern-day Western Italy, or Albion, representing Celtic influences in what we now call England. This choice isn't merely cosmetic. Starting location dramatically affects your gameplay experience, altering everything from available resources to research trees, religious options, and building styles. Roman provinces focus on metropolitan development and military might, while Celtic regions offer different architectural styles and cultural priorities. What sets Anno 117 apart from many other strategy games is its emphasis on economic management and diplomacy over pure military conquest. While games like Civilization or Age of Mythology often revolve around outmaneuvering and destroying opponents, Anno 117 lacks traditional win conditions. Instead, success is measured by how effectively you can build and sustain a thriving province while navigating complex diplomatic relationships. That's not to say military elements are absent. The game marks the return of land combat to the Anno series after several iterations without it. You'll train warriors and scouts to patrol your borders and potentially engage in conflicts. However, early previews suggest combat remains secondary to city building and economic management. The visual presentation is nothing short of stunning. Each citizen in your province is fully simulated, going about their daily routines in remarkable detail. Plebeians master crafts and visit cultural centers while laborers mine resources and transport goods. Golden wheat fields sway in the breeze as citizens navigate increasingly complex networks of roads and marketplaces. This attention to detail extends to the gameplay systems. Building your province requires careful planning, as resource nodes, production facilities, and citizen dwellings all affect future supply chains. Placing buildings without forethought can create bottlenecks in production or expose citizens to hazards like disease from pigsties or fire risks from kilns. As your settlement grows into a city, new challenges emerge. You'll need to balance basic infrastructure with luxury amenities to attract higher-class citizens, who in turn unlock more advanced building options. The plebeians, libertini, and other social classes each have distinct needs and contributions to your society. One journalist who previewed the game learned this lesson the hard way, randomly placing initial structures only to struggle hours later when trying to expand. The game rewards patience and planning. Rushing citizen upgrades can strain your treasury, potentially creating a negative cash flow that hampers growth indefinitely. Beyond your borders, the world of Anno 117 teems with activity. Other governors manage their own provinces, researching technologies and developing trade networks independently of your actions. These NPCs create a sense of a living, breathing world where your province is just one piece of a larger geopolitical puzzle. Religion plays a significant role as well. Adopting the same faith as neighboring provinces creates mutual benefits as religious fervor spreads among larger populations. These spiritual connections can boost research speed, military strength, or economic output, highlighting how the game encourages cooperation alongside competition. Random events and narrative quests add further depth to the experience. You might face a dispute between wealthy merchants and angry workers, choose between different advisors offering unique bonuses, or investigate mysterious occurrences like a supposedly haunted shipwreck. These secondary objectives keep gameplay fresh and unpredictable while making your territory feel alive. The game's 2025 winter release can't come soon enough for strategy fans. Ubisoft has confirmed it will launch on PC, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and Amazon Luna, with immediate availability for Ubisoft Plus premium subscribers. For those eager to learn more, Ubisoft has announced a developer live stream scheduled for May 21st, where game director John, art director Reiko, and community developer Oliver will discuss features in greater detail and answer community questions. The historical context of Anno 117 adds another fascinating layer. The year 117 CE marked a pivotal transition in Roman history. Emperor Trajan had just died after falling ill, with Hadrian succeeding him. Under Hadrian, the empire would begin focusing less on conquest and more on cultural integration and infrastructure, perfectly mirroring the gameplay emphasis on building and managing rather than constant expansion. The Pax Romana period itself, roughly spanning from 27 BCE to 180 CE, represents a remarkable era of relative peace and economic prosperity throughout the Mediterranean world. Roads connected distant provinces, allowing for unprecedented trade and cultural exchange. This setting provides the perfect backdrop for Anno's traditional focus on economic development and diplomatic relations. Initial impressions from gaming journalists who've had hands-on time with Anno 117 have been overwhelmingly positive. IGN described it as glorious, praising how it delivers the satisfying city planning and production chain management that made Anno 1800 successful. CNET called it a beautiful simulation of a prosperous time, highlighting its approachability for newcomers while maintaining depth for veteran strategy players. One particularly interesting aspect noted in previews is the game's approach to citizen management. Each dwelling adds 3 new citizens to your province, and their needs become increasingly complex as you upgrade them to higher social classes. Balancing basic necessities with luxury wants creates an engaging progression system that drives expansion without feeling artificially gated. The transportation infrastructure also presents unique challenges. Roads become congested when too many workers gather at warehouses, creating realistic bottlenecks that require thoughtful urban planning to resolve. Watching citizens navigate these systems feels remarkably organic, creating a mesmerizing simulation that's as enjoyable to observe as it is to actively manage. For those who've played previous Anno titles, the series returned to a historical setting after brief futuristic detours with Anno 2070, and Anno 2205 will likely be welcome. The year 117 CE provides fresh territory for the franchise while allowing it to refocus on the historical city building that made its reputation. What aspects of ancient Roman civilization are you most excited to experience in Anno 117? The architectural marvels, the complex social hierarchy, or perhaps the naval exploration that has been a hallmark of the series? As someone who's followed strategy games for years, Anno 117 Pax Romana appears to be shaping up as one of the most thoughtfully designed entries in the genre. By blending detailed economic simulation, diplomatic maneuvering, and light military elements within the rich historical context of ancient Rome, Ubisoft Mainz seems poised to deliver an experience that rewards patience and planning over aggression and domination. Whether you're a longtime Anno fan or a newcomer interested in historical strategy games, Anno 117 Pax Romana looks to offer a compelling sandbox where you can write your own chapter in the greatest empire the ancient world ever knew. The only question that remains is, will you govern with wisdom and foresight, or will your province crumble like so many forgotten ruins?